The draft, they have exactly that, but do we feel like Virtus Pro have some answers?
Okay, let's go.
Some answers. I'm just worried
Let's
that it might
RG,
not be
VP
enough
loses.
answers. And well, we'll be able to see if GPK will be proven right. Will this series be over in 2 hours? And Liquid all the way through to the
Oh, it's
TI
GPK
pot.
morph.
They've
Okay,
been
that
one
makes me
series
feel
away,
better.
Liquid,
I didn't really
from
watch the draft.
automatic
I was
TI
trying to do a
qualification
macro
several
and
times
hack,
this
but it didn't
year.
work.
They lost 2-1 to Bet Boom at the Stockholm Major. If they won, they would have
Morph
qualified.
GPK,
They lost to Boom 2-1 at the Arlington Major. They would have
Against
qualified.
a
And they
Cop.
got
That
so
shouldn't be that
close
fun,
in the
should it?
regional qualifiers as
Cop
well.
is good against
So
the burst,
close, yet
burst
so
morph,
far.
and
Blitz
against
has
CK,
said
so
that his
it's pretty good
anxiety
Cop
during
game.
some of those series was a 40 out of 10.
And
So
they
let's
don't have a lot of
see if
stun
they're able
against
to
her.
do it this time around.
It's
Maybe
basically
fourth time's the charm.
CK stun on Cop where she
Charm.
can't die.
Time is the charm indeed, and also for Virtus Pro, they've been so
Looks pretty
goddamn
good.
close.
I mean, there's
Some
Clock,
grounding
Hook,
errors
and Cog, I
some
guess.
difficult performances in some of the series that we saw. Also,
Lincoln looks pretty
some
good.
previous events as well for Virtus Pro, in
Luna
particular
carry.
the major, where they were knocked out by Beast Coast in that 7th and 8th place. There was a team that was really starting to build up a lot of
Yeah, we
momentum
believe in
over
the
at
Swedish
Arlington.
lads.
We saw at TI-10 as well. Some of the members, GPK along
I
with
believe.
DM, were knocked out by their fellow brethren in Team Spirit in 5th and 6th place. So they want to get a
Okay,
little
now
bit of
there's
revenge
awards.
and make it
Advanced
back
play,
there, but
good play.
of course, that's a lot of games away. And potentially game 3 if they can get there. But they have their comfort. I mean, this is in particular. If someone can do it, man. If someone can do it, DM on the Timber Saw. Like, he is arguably one of the best Timber Saws. Amar as well. I mean, Amar and DM, I'd say, really the ones you always look at. So we'll see what's going to come out. The panel also mentioned about the potential aggro tri-lane. It looks like that's going to be the case here.
How is this lane like?
Yeah, and they're just making sure to constantly wait until the very last second.
I would be
to be able
happy if
to
I was
move.
Cop here, but I do
with
play
this
against
observer board
Legends,
scouting out
so I'm
DM's
not sure.
movement, is that
Still
going
be,
to
it
cause some
should be
rotations? Yeah,
good
you
for
see
Cop.
instantly, Zai on the minimap turns tail and runs all the way
Chat,
back
would I
towards
be
the top
able
side.
to
They
see
want to
you in
avoid this
same
lane at
pot?
all costs.
Yeah, when Boxy was TPing, he just caught a slight glimpse of DM running down bottom. So, yeah, Liquid have plenty of time to be able to react to this now.
Yeah, he ended up cancelling that TP. He wants to make sure that he's staying in this more preferable lane. Just while we are still waiting for the
What other
lanes to
lanes?
kind of form themselves. Hopefully there's
It is
not
an
some
aggro
kills
tri
in the
lane.
meantime. I just want to give a shout out to Team Liquid and their YouTube
Luna ran all the
page
way down.
because they actually put out this little bit of a... They call it the time lapse, where they look back on past series. that
get a
they've
white
played.
heart or
And the one
reset,
that
or
I
force and
paid most
reset,
attention
please.
to was one at TI-7, where Matu talked about their series against LFY, where they were able to take a tier 1 tower at 2 minutes, and the map was basically bare by 15 minutes for LFY.
So how
because
is
they saw
Luna
this
against
Morphling,
Timber? She's
and
got
they
good
went a
damage, so she could see
hyper-aggressive
us,
draft.
I
They
guess.
did
And
it
she's also very
against,
fast hero,
Vici
so she
Gaming
can just
early
kite
on.
him.
They ended the game in 22 minutes. That's exactly what they've gone
should
for
be
this
good.
time around.
I mean, the Morphling has been someone who
And she got magic damage against him.
incredibly contested overall through the meta at the moment, having a 61% win rate, but we've seen Liquid 2 games in a row now they've been able to beat it. Let's see if they can do it again with a different strategies. Top lane. Some brawling going on
They
at the
better win
moment.
this tri lane,
Yarmich
that's a
and
big
Yokota
problem.
Posturing aggressively onto Boxy. This time it's going to be Yarmich on the clockwork as well. We mentioned prior in game 1 that he's incredibly comfortable on the hero. We saw Boxy make play after play. Well, Yarmich is going to look to replicate that.
Just having a quick look over
Roshan.
at the players as well, coming down
He's
on
got
this
a
bottom
bottle.
side for Team Liquid. It's all about
Can he get
the
both
region
even?
consistently being able to spam out
If this guy
Timber Saw.
dies here, they fucking
Sania
lost.
wants to
He's
make
got a
sure that
flask.
Thunderstrike is maxed out. He's got
Top
the Ring
lane,
of
Zai might be in
Basilius.
some trouble. Ramses has the level 2 already. Oh, the shards off the
Okay,
mark from
okay.
Boxy. Tried to get some distance for
Offensive
Zai to
clap.
play with. It's going to attempt to find
Ooh,
the
if the
deny
neutral
into
would have
the
denied
neutrals,
them.
but it will not be
Holy
the
moly.
case, as the Virtus Pro tri-lane off to a good start with finding first blood.
They are indeed, and that's what you have to do whenever you've got these tri-lanes, right? You're soaking up so much experience on the supports that if you don't get the kills in exchange, then you're going to be in
A
a
woman
really
in
rough
labor
spot once those
suddenly
lane
shouted,
starters is on and you get to the mid-game.
Colin
So level
in
3 on bottom side is really what I'm looking for. They actually TP
word
and say
said
up
the
top,
dot. Those
wanting
are
this lane
just
to go too poorly
contractions.
for, again, the relatively quick lineup that they've got on Team Liquid, and they're going to find Yamich 3v1, but he's essentially completely out of mana, so
get
Yamich
it.
is just trying to keep them away for as long as possible, expending a lot of spells
Okay.
out of Team
So
Liquid.
Luna
just
can't.
to get
Luna
a
should be able
single
to
kill.
solo against a Timber, especially when she got a well. She got a little bit advantage. She had to run all the way
Sees well
down there,
how
but
this mid lane
still.
shaping up at the moment. Queen of
Destructor
Pain,
helped
pretty
her.
good start. Well, very good
She
start.
can-
I should
if she
say,
gets boots
20 and
early as
7
well, she
compared to
can't
the 10 and 2. I think once the levels start to come through from GPK, the attribute shift might be able to help out. I think one of the big issues at the moment, though, is just the constant damage from the dagger forces GPK to not have as much right-click damage at the early levels to be able to CS. But once he hits that third point in the attribute shift, the lane should be more bearable.
Look at this little bit of a conga line coming through from the top-hand side as well. Boxy, Yamich, both realizing how important it is to be able to keep control over these power runes. Looks like BK's going to be the one to be able to play the water rune on the bottom side, though, and it just means that GPK's got a rough time. You already have such a rough go at it, trying to trade effectively against a Queen of Pain. How are you supposed to do it now when he's got a water rune bottled and you've got nothing?
Yeah, this is not good.
He's already got a Midas queued up as well from GPK.
How's CK do? CK is doing good at least.
I mean, the panel was mentioning that they want to see GPK on something that can be the win condition in a way. The Morphling is
a weeb.
But, Midas is really going to slow down Virtus Pro. I mean, where do the plays really come out for them? Feels like a lot of emphasis is going to be put on DM, just trying to soak up as much space as possible, being that kind of your vacuum to drag all the Liquid members down, but it's going to be difficult. He needs to get off to a good start.
I mean, how often do you see a Timbersaw go into a Vanguard as well? That's what DM's got. He realizes that he's going to be coming up against this Zuya, against a Tusk. He is going to be that one standing on the front lines, playing a lot less greedy style this time around, and basically putting himself where Liquid want to be pushing. You saw Liquid's bans. They got rid of the
Beast is getting a decent goal now.
Just to make sure
good. And Ramses, oh no. Oh hell no, Ramses.
The grave at the moment. The heal bomb's not going to be enough to keep him alive as Liquid find their second kill of the game here in this tri-lane. As soon as they started to rotate, as soon as they left Insania and brought him up top, it looks like top is going much better for them.
0 points in the Whirling Death on DM. He's just looking to try and spam out onto Matu with those Timber Chains as much as possible. Try and keep him out of the lane, but Matu, he's still having a decent enough time. Trading in farm, you're going to be very happy with that if you're Liquid.
Yamich's going to die.
Nice snowball dodge, and he's going to use it aggressively to go into Yamich.
Zai hit. Hello, help him.
Beat down Ramses, but the tag team will expire. And Zai doesn't have the axes to continue to stack up. So in the end, will be a 1-for-1. No supports are going to make the rotation here for the power rune, so it's going to come down.
Molecular cock. Thank you.
Extra mobility. And I think this is a big advantage that Liquid are going to be playing with. The more
top level 6 now as well. It's very scary. It's a classic. Biggest advantage of Cop. And here, like Weaver, you have TP ready? Any engagement, insta TP.
GPK is just going to play the
Blink.
lane, whereas Mickey
you're in, killed.
To get involved, and that's already going to be the case. This is a big rotation down. If you can slow DM.
And if I top again, she's going to TP and kill them all.
Oh, he's getting a little bit greedy. He's gone for the dive here. Might end up costing him his life. He doesn't have the mana. Even if he pops the wand, he's not going to be able to TP out. So what a key kill just to secure this lane for Matu.
Big.
They got to get something out of the map here in Virtus Pro. They're going to make the attempt top lane.
This guy. Nuke the guy.
Tower. Can they close the distance on
TP.
That'll be the case. The Chaos Ball chucked out from Ramses will allow Yamich to get into the middle, but remember, Tumberman's going to look to TP. He's got the level 6 now. They need to deal with the creeps, so the Clip's going to be able to help out. Instead, the right clicks are what they're playing off the back of.
Cop TP mid instead of top. That's kind of sussy.
They're going to be able to drag back the clockwork. A beam from afar is not enough. That's where Insania's right clicks can come into play.
Oh my god, a crit. So lucky.
Will be able to trade the life of the Disruptor in the end, so a double kill picked up for the Chaos Knight.
He's just got the 1 point in the lucid
might be
beam
in
as
trouble.
well. Oh, that's not good.
Not at all. DM with a level 6 Matumba man. They know he TP top. And he's going to be off the map now for 25 seconds plus the time he has to walk to the lane as well. A great movement coming out from DM.
That's not good.
MVP just mirroring a lot of these movements, right? Matu comes top, so am I. I'm very
Oh my god, Sig is so fat. Holy shit.
Before, had to use the TP for it, so...
Let's wait on pre-tweety. Pre-tweet.
Potentially going back into the jungle.
Not looking very good right now.
They're starting to consider making a few of these stacks happen, playing on the dire side.
See if GPK is going to get lucky with the power rune. Ooh. Boxy will snag that. They don't have the ultimate to be able to try and blow him up.
Is he killable?
To get to hunt though.
He's killable.
Used. Yamich is playing on the right. There's not particularly.
He's AFK. He's actually done.
Standing still. Try to hope for the deny onto the
He's not tilted. It was a strategy to get aggro from creeps.
His right click to perfection.
Maybe it was. Maybe this one's out from creeps there. It's intentional.
To continue to go bottom as Ramses now Here's the next
Ult?
one that's in trouble. A perfectly placed
We're
shot
not
from
ulting?
Boxy
That's...
will lock off the
I guess he doesn't need to.
They've got the
Who
Hawk
is the
control.
Sharp
guy?
primary.
One
They
more
know
guy.
that
A
no
friend
one
is
is
asking.
playing behind Ramses to potentially turn it around with the rotations, as now Liquid can look to take the first.
Yeah, should more
tower
Agi there, I guess.
themselves.
To get the knife and creep. So maybe did, I didn't
feels like
see.
he's playing the exact same job on the top side. He's finished up
Midas.
the Vanguard. He's placing himself right in front of that tier 2 tower. But have a
He's
look
done
at
with this
Insania.
game.
He's trying to see if he could bait out any sort of movements there. If DM tries to get the retreat, 3 points in glimpse. Could be enough to be able to catch him out. Might even be satisfied enough to soak up a lot of this experience on the top side, so they're ready with the Static Storm.
It's the EU best region. Right now, EU has the best Dota for sure.
Just standing there, allowing the death to come to
VP
him,
is
not
also
even
EU.
turning around and trying to get a little bit of damage done in the meantime.
Shows that he's mode farm.
The faster he dies, the faster he can get back to farming, I suppose.
Faster you get that Midas, baby. Let's go.
It's here. The moment we've all been waiting for, but he would not
VP
be
is
happy
CIS,
with his
and
net worth
CIS
as things
is
currently sit.
in
We've
Europe.
been talking about how he is the true win condition, but win conditions aren't fifth on net worth a lot of the time.
Not at all, but I do think regardless, Virtus Pro, some of their cores have gotten out of the laning phase, and at least
He got
GPK
it.
has his
He's
farm
got it.
accelerant now. Next
There's
couple
the
of
other
minutes.
aspect as well. We all talk about the Midas being this super passive item. You're able to go back into the jungle, but you're going up against a Beastmaster who's just about finished that Helm of the Dominator. So maybe GPK is going to be a little bit more active than a lot of us are expecting with making those rotations, getting rid of that big Helm Dom creep.
Yeah, that's a very good
Zai's
point, because
doing
I
pretty
think this
good.
Helm Dom now being completed
not-
from Zai's.
He's coming back,
Gonna
man. He's got a
enable them
lane.
now to think about taking the tier 1 tower. Liquid need to continue the pace. They need to continue finding these objectives because
Mickey's
of the
been playing very
triangle
well,
lineup
so
that
not too
Virtus Pro
worried.
have. You can't allow them just to freely farm on opposite sides of the map. And
Oh,
Look this
GPK, he's showing mid, but it
Oh,
doesn't seem
nice
like
big
that's
kill.
what they want. They want
They see him,
Ramses.
this
They
is
want
big.
someone away from a lot of these TP points.
oh,
Oh, he doesn't have ult yet. Oh, he just got ult. Oh, so unlucky.
Take through the damage, but the Static Storm laid down from Insania.
Oh, if he got it 1 second earlier. Dodge, snowball, remove,
grave, which is too far out to the left
dagger.
side.
Maybe he could have lived.
They're trying to connect. They're trying to backstab as DM's even going to get into the middle, but they will be too late. Yamich won't, however. The hook shot's going to be there to cancel Boxy's TP.
Ah,
He'll make
great
it work for
space.
it in
This
the
is
end.
good.
And to buy as much space for Liquid to continue farming across the map. Might even deny himself to the tower, so the gold will be split. And that'll be the case.
Well, he's pretty happy with that,
Thumbs
though. I mean,
up.
he started to drag DM towards that, and if DM's focusing, running at his own tier 3 tower, he's not doing the Timbersaw job, right? He's not standing in front of lanes. This DM, he's just making the immediate move back towards top. He's like, all right, they use Static Storm. I've got about 30 or so seconds where I'm not afraid of any TPs coming towards this lane. Back up in 40. It's not the longest cooldown, but you got to make every single moment count, especially when you've got that siege creep still available, and they used the glyph previously on Team Liquid for that push. So I want to see DM perhaps get some assistance come through from the rest of his team, but Mickey with the solo kill.
Sonic Wave was used for that, and now a couple tips as well for good measure. Trying to get into the heads of GPK. They're going to run into Yokota as well. He denies the rune for Mickey. Oh, he'll get the kill, so he's the one that's happier in Liquid as well. We'll find another tower. Tier 1 mid going down, which is a lot of map control that can protect the jungle of Virtus Pro. Look at the Hawks, look at the vision. Boxy, they're already turning to Ramses. Another shot. Ramses hoping he gets pushed on the outer side, but that's not going to be the case. The turnaround's there with the damage from the Phantasm. They'll kill off the toss. Now DM's going to look to get in the middle as well as Virtus Pro is showing up to the left side. Oh no! GPK, instant use of the Raw from Zai, stopping the potential for the attribute ship. And now DM, he might have a free fight
shit,
with
I
some of the
missed it.
abilities used prior, but a glimpse will send him packing.
I missed a
He's got the
choke.
chance to continue the hunt. But now through the mid lane, there's not going to be many trees for him to play around. He's going to be relying on the ultimate to try and bring down Zai, but that will not be enough damage as Liquid.
Damn, I
They will
missed a
stay
choke.
alive
Feels
and back
bad, man.
off as a unit.
Oh, I don't know if they're ready to back off. They're like, well, DM's feeling a little squishy. Might be able to catch out this pick off onto Hakoda.
2 kills in a
Especially
row.
considering they've got all of that vision available, and we know how strong the disruptor pairing is
Oh,
together
no,
with
no.
any sort of vision. And Beastmaster Hawk, one of the best heroes to be able to pair with that.
I can't read yet. No one's looking at Twitter yet. We're there
This
like
is-
5
you
minutes
just
before
compare
ending.
the carries, the cores. Liquid are freely farming across the map, whereas Virtus Pro, you've got supports running at you. Mid lane Insane, you're trying to catch GPK off guard very close with the Static Storm.
3 in a row would have just been way too much, and he's pinging out the fact that, you know, there might be vision around. Otherwise, that's just some insane individual skill coming through from GPK, and, well, it's the latter. He is still a very, very solid player, but right now he needs some of his boys. He needs the team to rally around him because this is not the start that you are wanting.
I like what they're doing from Virtus Pro there. They're putting DM mid, kind of acting as that blockade to make it very difficult for Liquid to run through this lane and try and get to the cores that are farming behind him. Because his hero is incredibly difficult to kill. And especially when you have supports playing with him as well in the Clock and the Dazzle. As we see
they're
that.
trying to read Liquid's mind right now. They're putting GPK
what the fuck?
As bait. Good blocks coming through.
Oh, nice.
Very nice by Zai.
Nice.
Smoke from Virtus Pro.
Still not washed up.
I guess the cores are farming across the map at Liquid. They want to take the team fight. Mickey, he's already level 12. He's got 2 points in the ultimate along with the double damage rune in the arsenal. Let's see if they can catch up to DM though. A Q play from Yamich will enable his escape, and DM as well will also survive. And again,
pretty cute.
Look at this. Ramsey's getting farm. Meanwhile, GPK shoving out top. So the cores are continuing to make it towards their next set of items.
Midas is farming.
It's all about trying to read Liquid's mind
Frogs
right now.
don't need to despair yet.
With that smoke, ends up blocking the stack inside of the Ancients area for Ramses, but he needed to do it. He needs to try and get this super deep vision out. The Observer Ward got full duration, so he realizes it's a safe place to be able to place that one down. Even inside the Ancients, once they hit some of their timings, perhaps. This isn't exactly an area of the map VP.
It's only a 2k lead, what the fuck?
Onto, so just any little bit of information is going to provide them so much. Places where he thinks Liquid are going to be smoking and going for ganks. That's exactly where he wants to get that VP vision down.
Looks like this tier 2 tower down bottom though is going to go uncontested. No glyph available from Virtus Pro, already used prior, so a 16-minute tier 2 tower is going to give Liquid complete control of this bottom jungle.
Luna's ult will soon be relevant.
That video I mentioned, the Liquid
it's a little
video
bonus, because right now our ult does nothing.
All the towers early on.
Yeah, all the towers early on. This is a carbon copy almost of exactly what happened. And Blitz, I'm going to give him a little bit of a quote. He said, you think they wish they didn't pick Morphling this early into the draft? Well, it might be happening once more.
It does still need to be mentioned, though, that VP, like, this net worth lead is not growing. In fact, it's actually slowly being cut. Very, very slowly. And this is a lineup for Virtus Pro. The Tricore, if they can make it to the late game, like, this is 15, even, you know, a little bit longer than that. This is where they will really feel their power. But you need to continue doing exactly what you are. Splitting up the map, shoving the side lanes, having supports, block the rotations. Look, I mean, look at Yamich. Sees Mickey moving top, the Disruptor as well. I don't even know if they saw Yamich. Cute plays with the pogo over.
They see
will
him,
finally be able to scout him out. They'll go for a TP. That's a very ambitious TP. But again, he's done his job. The cores are farming.
Light snack of 2,000 calories.
That's exactly right what you're saying. It's all about splitting up the map right now, but VP, they know it's coming soon. And they know that Liquid are going to want to get aggressive. They're about 1,000 gold away from being able to pick up Martu's BKB. Still a while away from the Blink Dagger on Boxy. Kyron Sanj almost finished up on Mickey, and I believe the Vlad's at least is completed towards that Helm of the Overlord, where the Midas on the Morphling won't be quite as big of an issue to deal with the Beastmaster dominated creep.
So still only a 2k lead. This is not going as stomp as I wanted to be.
Physical damage isn't normally the issue for a Timbersaw, but it's about the rest of the team. They need
Luna's not that strong yet. She needs a few more levels for ult.
A very good ward nearby here from Virtus Pro. A lot of information for them to play with.
Nice dodge.
Great snowball dodge from Boxy. They're going to look to try and target.
Luna ult. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but does a little bit.
Mickey clipping onto 4. Do they have the damage follow-up to be able to bring down some other members of Virtus Pro?
Okay, the roar.
GPK is going to get looked to get involved as
GPK can't get out? Oh my, what is that damage?
Just crumbles under the damage in a
yeah, man, yeah, man. And it comes a hook in. He does help.
Put his body on the line to protect his core.
It does
help. Sacrifice, so at least DM escaped, but Liquid lose no one.
They
lose no one. Lane's in a pretty decent position if they wanted to go top. They might consider going to Roshan, but again, this is a lineup that requires you
still
to
a
push
shitty
down
Luna
waves
with
very
no levels in
effectively.
it.
You could see they're in two minds about it. Do we push? Do we not? Maybe just the 1 point in tag team with how active Boxy's been with that Ice Shards, leading them to think that this is not necessarily the play, but I think it's the safe play, and I think it's the right one. Oh, actually, they're going to back. They still don't know. This is the high-pressure situation that we keep talking about.
I see the replay. A big ultimate. The Sonic Wave Insania as well. Once again, somehow finding an angle. We will have to go back live because Virtus.pro are trying to contest this, but Liquid, they're not going to give them an opportunity. They'll just run to Yamacha's position, and our DM's completely isolated. VP is starting to move to the area. Ramses and Yokota finally connecting. But Liquid are just playing with so much vision across the map. The Hawks continuing to be an issue. They know exactly where Radiant are at every stage of this game.
They don't have Luna ult yet.
You've just essentially fed away your Phantasm illusions as well.
Oh my god, Rams. Oh my god, this guy.
The grave is
he's lost
but it's only going to delay the inevitable as Liquid.
What the fuck is he doing there?
Rams is spilling blood into the river.
They're actually just done.
You have the clockwork rocket flare to be able to scout out the progress of the Roshan, and they just went in one by one. This was all underneath a Beastmaster Hawk coming through, and well, eventually the high ground got de-watered by Hakoda, but it was just way too late. You were fighting down. They even had to expend their ultimates previously, not just in that fight, in the fight beforehand, so they're already back up on Liquid. They're ready to go.
The map is just going to continue to shrink.
The tweet is ready, guys. I'm waiting.
Like only a 5,000 net worth lead is plenty with the second life for them to find all these outer towers.
And now Mickey's even just going to take away some of their own farm where they might be feeling safe, but obviously VP with the Roshan going down, with the lane on the top side positioned so aggressively, Matu feels almost immortal here, being able to just continuously shove this in. Open up, allow a Luna just to stay on the Radiant side of the map and keep the pressure up while still farming agents.
They see Matu alone. This is a really big play for VP. Multiple heroes on Liquid showed down bottom, but Tumberman doesn't have any.
Guess what's off? That's a lot of damage.
Used on the first life.
Before dying.
Cover the retreat with the roar.
He's alive. What the fuck?
Some distance away. No way. They don't even kill him. DM's gonna try and get the chakra, but the glimpse back. They won't get him. Matu lives.
Wait, no, wait.
At least get Zai at the triangle, but Mickey now when the boys have shown up.
Hey, he needs some help, and Mickey needs help.
Gotta be cautious about the static storm, and Virtus.pro will split
away. It's a little bit Monk-esque right now.
This is an opening now for VT.
It's a little bit Monk-esque.
Look to hit back. They'll bring down Boxy. Matu stuck around as well. DM with the damage required will deal with the Aegis. They'll drag him back into the river as Matumbaman will not escape. Finally, Virtus.pro will take a successful skirmish, and they can also get the tier 1 tower.
It was a great instant move from Liquid. I think they even popped the smoke just for the extra movement speed to be able to get back, but when you are able to finally isolate someone on Virtus.pro, this is what Liquid's draft specializes in, right? You could just use the glimpse, you could use the Beastmaster Hawk to be able to do it, but as soon as you show on the other side of the map, you know there's no TPs available, you know there's no way to be able to protect that POS1 Luna, who is such a big part of your pushing force. So great movement coming through there from VP, bringing them back into this game.
Kind of just
does like no damage. What the fuck?
Pushing 101 there. Force heroes to react, move instantly to the other side of the map if the team do not respect how fast you are playing, and catches Liquid off guard. And now this
Sai was complete out of position as well. Wasn't helping.
VP, signs of life for them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this isn't really the area that Mickey wants to be farming, right? You've taken the bottom side of the map. It's important to take the outpost back for sure.
No panic.
Like I was saying before, Luna wants to be playing
5K lead. The VP what is it now? Go live.
You want to keep the pressure up. You want to be using that Beastmaster Hawk, not only just to get
2K,
but even if
3.
someone TPs back
okay.
after they're trying to split up the map and defend, you could just glimpse them back. It's happened before. Matu was the one that got glimpsed previously in the middle of a big team fight.
So this is now a really big item here for GPK, and he should have the Scepter delivered before this fight breaks out. I'm intrigued to see if he always uses it on the Luna, because an Agi carry really needs your stats and the attack speed as well.
No, he's got Ags.
The potential for some other members as well, but I feel like his main priority is
Liquid's actually going to lose this.
If he can get that replicate. This is a big item here to enable Morphling in these fights.
Yeah, just enabling him just to increase the attack speed, denying it away from the Luna, but even you just have to think of the synergy together with the Phantasm as well and the Chaos Knight. If you get that Luna Blessing, if you're in the Luna form, then you're going to be able to give a lot of benefit towards this VP roster.
I mean, they are well and truly back in this game. Even though it's this 3,000 net worth lead, losing that first Rosh is really important for Liquid. They needed to find all these outer towers with the lead they had, and now VP, they've got multiple ways to be able to start these fights. You are not completely reliant on Yamich to get an incredible hook shot.
They're Beastmaster, just buffed the Luna with it.
Here if this fight breaks
does Giga Chad damage.
They spotted that Hawk coming out that's sitting in front of the tier 2 tower bottom, so they're positioning themselves really well.
Positioning from
VP. Good start. Burst him. No, great. He's also going to die for it.
And now Mickey's going to jump in, no hesitation to
okay, insta TPs.
Remaining members. As
okay.
VP, they need to TP out.
Tweet is ready.
Be able to make it.
Cut their losses, made sure not to feed through anyone else that was unnecessary, and that's just another one of those instances. The shallow grave, just the 2 points in it so far. Really does feel like Liquid, they're wanting to go for these solid.
Here.
Okay.
Goes for a solo kill. The TP, he's gonna have to cancel that.
And that's the gem.
No, I think. What
the hell? No,
oh boy.
No, that was their gem first,
that's
right?
A big kill. He didn't use the TP at least.
It was Disruptor's gem, surely.
Able to rejoin the team fight if a buyback is forced, but you do not want to be giving that one up. You're all about scaling into the later stages of the game and just instantly blowing up one unit. You've got the tools to be able to do it. Hook shot into a Cog's back should enable a Chaos Knight, a Timbersaw, a Morphling to immediately explode whoever it is that you go on.
Props have to be given to Mickey's performance in this series. We saw what his Painfully was able to do game 1, and now we see what he's doing on the Queen of Pain in a very, very free Queen of Pain as well, I must add. Not a lot that he has to be worried about.
8K lead.
And 9,
from 2K to 8K within like 1 minute.
As well, and I mean his impact through the team fights. We've already seen some incredible Sonic ways. He's going to.
The hell are they doing?
Dazzle in particular, could potentially even, if they want to try and blow up some, core hero like DM, you could jump behind the Timber, use the Sonic Wave to push him further away from the Dazzle's position. So Hakoda has to be on point this game with where he is.
You could indeed, and even the perfect itemization coming through from him as well, right? Of course, just the Witchblade, Karen Sanch, it's nothing game-breaking, but immediately into the Shivas after that, realizing that you're going up against a Dazzle for heals, a Timbersaw that relies on that regen, a Morphling that's going to have that reduction, and of course, just the attack speed as well against the Chaos Knight. So he's going to enable himself to be a lot tankier in some of these engagements that are about to come. To buy it. Doesn't have his courier quite at the secret
Make
shop
his stomping
yet.
2 games in a row. Feels fucking good, man.
Right now. An agonizing 10 or so second wait, but they're going to walk underneath it. Yep.
Not the longest range glimpse. Mickey's going to jump up as well. Radiant to have a really good ward nearby.
He can't die. He's got Shiva sword. Holy shit, he's farmed.
With the initiation being slightly off the mark, they will not continue on.
Might look to do it again, though. The lanes are all in relatively decent spots. Ramses has done a good job with keeping that one shoved out.
Thank you.
Wave coming
Kevin Boo Boo. Fake Boo Boo.
I'm not sure if it holds an insane amount of value.
It's at 1,000.
Just to keep this one up. But Mickey, it's too much net worth just to leave on the map. He'll pick it up, get closer to that level 20.
He doesn't even have BKB. He doesn't even have BKB.
See if they can try and stall this out. If it's a long row spawn, GPK might have the BKB before that fight. It's about to have the second component completed. Gonna be a really big item. Also that level 18, which they actually just give him the tome on GPK, so they recognize how important it is to max out the ulti. Liquid, they've been able to catch out Hakoda, but a great 4-star finish from Yamich. We'll be able to get the Dazzle out to the left side, but Liquid, they're still on the prowl. They've got the nighttime vision and the Hawks
as
well.
He's gonna die for this.
Look at Yamich just putting his body on the line. The Cog's in such an awkward position.
Anything?
He'll try and TP, but the cancel will be there thanks to the damage.
But again, the lanes, they're looking fairly good for VP. Top side, all the way pushed in. Mid lane, pushed in at the same time. And GPK, DM, taking back the outpost, trying to get some of these neutral items. And pushing out bottom lane is the next on their priority list as well. So Yeah, VP doing a fantastic job at, again, dodging it out. It's still a 10k net worth lead, don't get me wrong, but the avenues are there for the comeback.
Another rune for Mickey. Got that level 20.
Oh, it's a quick Roche respawn though. Just another 10 seconds away.
Boy.
And GPK, he's still about 1,000 away.
Free shot.
Being able to pick up that BKB.
Very good on top or Luna.
Sometimes the Ice Frog, Mr. Lizard, as I like to call him, does smile on teams in certain crucial situations, and this time around it's going to be Liquid. Being able to secure that second Roche, get the Aghanim Shard through. Not sure who they want to give it on. Maybe the dive bomb for the Beastmaster. You've already picked it up on the swap.
Falling too fast. Oh no. The Flash guarded it. They smoked as well instantly, but it's just going down too quick. Second Roche uncontested, and Aegis onto Matu. And the Aghanim Shard currently held by Boxy. I do not believe...
You can give it to Matu very easily too, can't you? Yeah, give it to Zai. Wants the dive bomb. Don't hate it.
Extra vision. That is really the important thing, and a big advantage that Liquid have been playing with.
Especially with the Disruptor, right?
Yep.
You've got a Lincoln Sphere, sorry, a Lotus Orb already up on DM, but Lincoln's is the big thing that's going to be able to block this next
eating food. It's hard to talk and eat.
On Liquid's side, being able to
I'm
take
just
that
watching.
tower, gives them a little bit more gold, and you've almost got the Blink Dagger on Zai, which means that you'll be able to
I'm almost done though. It's not easy to get 3,000 calories in.
From the Aghanim Shard, reduced Hawk cooldown.
If this tower goes down, I don't know if VP
the
can
bounces are
defend
coming. The buff.
Luna with the open barracks is very scary. Have to keep in mind though, if Liquid, if they do not capitalize on the Aegis advantage, then Verrk
It's BKB actually. Okay, we cool.
Back into this game.
He needs to ult in the backline, kill someone, kill supports.
Liquid's TI attending fight. You've got the BKB though on GPK. Let's see how he looks to use it. If he could find Insania, that would be huge.
Okay. He's going to try and follow up as well with a jump in with the silence.
Fast.
Not going to be there thanks to Ramsey's use of the BKB.
Got 9 seconds. He can't die here. Oh! Is there hope for VP?
They need to wait for the
No.
BKB, but the members are falling lower and lower. As a sonic wave clipping onto multiple heroes. Ramsey's kept alive
Bounce,
for the moment
bounce,
thanks to the use of the
bounce,
Grey, but it will
bounce.
not be enough for him
That's
to sustain
buybacks,
through
chill.
the damage. As Virtus Pro, they need to buy back onto
Ooh,
multiple
that's
members, but they will
costly.
not be able to catch up as Liquid retreat out of the area, and all they lose is Zai.
All they lose is Zai indeed. 2 buybacks expended, still a kill onto Ramses, and they hold onto that Aegis, so you're going to be able to get into your own Lincoln Sphere soon, and just to prevent that quick initiation coming through from Ramses there. Matu incredibly fast on the fingers. It's hard to imagine that this is a guy that said after this TI, I'm about to retire. He's a top 5 player still on the leaderboards, and I mean, the fingers are just as good as when he was back in his prime.
And for him to be able to potentially end his career with a TI performance back on the organization that he won the TI with as well. What an incredible storyline that would be for himself and Liquid with a 15,000 net worth lead. They've still got plenty of time with the Aegis to work with.
They tried to burst the Luna.
It's kind of hard though on VP. They're not giving this one up. They've been
just steal his stats and kill the backline.
GG. Not this time around. You lose this one, you're out. They're going to be giving it all they got.
We should have buyback in course.
Now back up. Still plenty of time left on that Aegis. Lincoln Sphere available for Matu.
They do not. No buybacks.
The BKB
this
a
is
little bit later.
Golem, so they can't get bursted.
We'll see the attempt. The Hawk scouts out that
Golem get you gone.
Phantasms. They won't get an angle in. They're just going to retreat on Liquid. They see the replicate soul, but Ramsey's jumping in the middle and instantly the turnaround. A Gravel by his entire, but Mickey again.
Dazzle dead.
Ramses
is aware.
He's in the middle of the team fight, but a BKB protects him for the moment, and Liquid now have firm control of Virtus Pro's base. They'll drag back.
The glimpse.
No buyback here for the Chaos side, and Box is in once again with a double snowball, clipping out.
I feel bad for them.
They've almost booked their ticket.
I feel bad for them.
More team fight. No buybacks here from Virtus Pro.
Is there going to be another one? There might not be another team fight. This is it. You get into the base and you just watch those glaives bounce around back and forth, side to side. Liquid, have they done it? They have. They've done it. 2 Western European teams make it
fired the
through
tweets.
the TI.
Well played, congratulations.
Still a little toxic.
Liquid have done it, and look how much it means to Boxy.
Go like it right now.
Give him a hug as well.
And give it a skull
response.
response.
These members from Liquid, Insania, Boxy along with Mickey both missed out.
Get it on trending.
And keep in mind, this has been a team that have gone through it this
season.
Hopefully
now we'll do return, because I feel like there's a lot of this you can do it me. So I'm a little bit worried.
There's been a lot of questions around
but that was old times. It's different.
That was a big question for them heading into this qualifier as well. A lot of people were expecting other teams to make it through, but Liquid, look how strong they look against Virtus.pro. The revenge is there, 2-0ing them in convincing fashion.
Yeah, Insania. I mean, he's gone on record after that